Hi, welcome to the Bendigo Weekly's weekly update on the Bendigo Hospital project. Well, we're going to go into hiatus a bit for the Christmas period, as are all the workers out on the construction site. Construction activity on the new hospital site will cease on December 20, and it will recommence on January 13. So don't expect to see too much action there over the festive season. So far, about 2/3 of the expected 130,000 tonnes of soil have been removed from the Bendigo Hospital site, which means that the project is on the cusp of a longer phase of structural work. You can clearly see now the footprint of the hospital, which is evident from the work that's been done by the excavators, etc. The foundations of the construction of the hospital structure can also be seen across the site. The big pole sticking out, with the first slab was poured recently by Health Minister David Davis. The slab will in time become the floor of the basement of the car park, which will be a level of parking underneath the hospital itself. Precast walls, if you notice, on the Arnold Street side are already being installed, and there's some retaining walls to be put in there that'll be around the stairs of the car park. The first of 4 large tower cranes will be erected in mid-January, which will be exciting, and the base of that has been built. Next to the crane, there'll be foundations for a lift well, so we'll see one of the many lift wells there. All of the 70 retaining piles that you see there, they've been installed. The 30 foundation piles for the hospital have been built, and 70 of the 230 pad footings have also been completed. Now, once these foundations have been completed, the hospital structure will be constructed on top of that. So a significant milestone in that process will be the first suspended slab formwork, which will begin in February. That's like the floor of the building, if you like, the actual floor of the building of the hospital. So that will be no doubt a popular thing for media in February, and no doubt we'll probably see a minister come down for that too. So work is also progressing on the hotel site on the corner of Bain and Lucan Street, with preparations for the installation of the modules, the little building Lego bits, which will be put in January. That'll take 1 week to build, probably, if we get bad weather, 10 or 11 days. Also this week we can say that State Parliament has passed they've called the Parks and Crown Land Legislation Amendment Bill 2013. Now, what that does is that removes the 2 main hospital sites, both the acute site and the Anne Caudle Centre site, which will be the new acute site. That removes these restrictive uses zones from a planning sense. There was basically a very restrictive Crown grant on the Anne Caudle campus, which was first gazetted in 1860, and that restricted the use of the land for the purposes of a benevolent asylum. So obviously there's been a fair bit of building on that, which seemingly goes against the actual act. Since then, the latest amendment also removed the permanent reservation from the Lucan Street site, which restricted the use of the land to hospital purposes only. Now, that means that now they can legally begin construction of the non-hospital facilities on that site, which of course are the hotel, as I said. There's a childcare centre in the other corner on Lucan Street, supermarket and a car park to go on the corner of Stewart Street. So all that's progressing very, very well. It's been a really busy 6 months, or last half of the year, for everyone involved. As I said, nothing will be happening until at least 13th of January, so there's no point us doing any more of these videos until then. But once that hits the ground running on January 13th, so will we. Thank you very much for all your support throughout the year, and 2014 will be a fantastic one for the construction of the hospital. We'll see a lot of action, heck of a lot of cranes, and a lot of really good stuff going up.